Welcome to today's edition of Nigeria Going, Gone, episode 4 on the topic End of State Terror, part 2. Over the years, the only thing that has continuously been constant in Nigeria is the capacity of Nigeria's security forces to harm the people, to beat them, kick them, kill them, turn them in the mud, as Labaja would say in his record musical presentation, 200 million mumu. He said, kick them, subsidy them, kill them, beat them, and they will not do anything. So this is what had reigned supreme in this country. The state, the government, the Nigerian government, whether at local government, state level, and federal level especially, have enjoyed and taken a lot of liberty in visiting the citizens of this country with a lot of stress, a lot of physical harm, punishment, shooting, killing, imprisonment, extrajudicial killings, and unlawful imprisonment, and especially extortion. That has been the order of the day. And then, until they killed that young man in Warri, sometime in 2020, and a video of how the policeman callously shot this young man in broad daylight in the public went viral, and it led to the end SARS protest. That protest was peaceful for many days. Then all of a sudden it was hijacked by the same government through the introduction of hoodlums who came and disrupted things and then started damaging things and then ascribing the cause of those damages and the brigandage that were taking place to the protesters. These protesters were young people, highly educated, they know the law, they know the rules, and they played by the rule. They got permissions for their outing. But because their protest was gaining momentum and it started out in Lagos and was now happening on all locations in Nigeria, the Nigerian government that had known nothing in its life since independence than how to punish the people with using the force of arms purchased by the people, taxes and resources, they pulled out the stunt of the hoodlums. When the hoodlums did not get the impact they needed, then they sent soldiers and policemen to protesters who were sitting down on the ground in the night around the Lekki Bridge, and then they shot at these people, killed several of them, wounded several of them, and attempted to cover it up. So that had been the order of the day in the country. But a week ago or thereabout, two young men were accosted by the police rapid response force, they call it, in Lagos. And these young men, according to the story, were at fault. They were running and driving against traffic. But these policemen were not traffic policemen. In their usual finding meat, using the people as a source of income through extortion, that was a nice meat for them. So they accosted these two young men in that car. And then the young men came out and fought with these policemen. Now, till tomorrow, I will doff my cap for those policemen. I will praise them. I recommend them for an award because they resisted the annoyance, the insult, and the attack of these civilians who were not armed, at least as they came out there, I didn't see any arm around them. But then they were beating up, fighting, pushing, shoving at policemen who had AK-47 in their hands. And these men resisted every push. I commend these policemen to high heaven. I am so proud of them. But then something ticked off in my head, and that is why I started the program, the first edition of the episode that is End of State Terror. The states have been the one that visited terror on the people wielding the AK-47, either by soldiers or by policemen, by Air Force men, by Navy men, by even civil defense, by customs. I have seen all of these people beat people up. Immigration, I've seen them beat people up on the road. for no just cause, just because they are holding guns. Now, I now ask that question, are we at the point of the end of state terror, where Nigerians have been pushed to the wall, they no longer will have anywhere else to go, and they are willing to die, since whether they fight back or not, they die anyway? Because we know that before the closure of the SARS protests, killing young Nigerians especially, once you look rich, then to them they will term you an advanced fee fraudster, and then extort, and if they don't get enough money from you, they kill. And even if they get enough money and don't know how to answer for it, they kill the person. It has continued to be the case, and nobody. There are time I saw in Anambra State, over 200 people lying down on the ground, sitting on the ground naked, and they have been like that, they say, for many days, because they were collected and gathered by SARS, that is the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, which comedians quickly changed by Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the government. They punish these people on a daily basis, kick them, like Labaja would say, kick them, subsidy them, push them, roll them in the mud like the soldiers were doing to people from Southeast Nigeria during the Operation Python Dance, Python Dance, they called it, for no just cause. Just because you're on the road on that day, they get you, pull you out during the rainy season and put you on the mud. Now, when I take a look at these two young men fighting these policemen with their guns, and I said, is the fear of the gun of Nigerians finished? Are we at the end of state terror, where the terrorism of the state against the people has come to a stop? What do we have going on now? That I sent that out. I made a broadcast on that and asked these same questions. Now I'm doing a part 2 of it today, and in this part 2, this question is either, are we at the point of the end of state terror? Let's watch this video, which is also happened in Lagos. The first one happened in Lagos, and this one also took place in Lagos. So let's watch the video of a traffic policeman being inappropriately beaten up with a bottle broken on his head by this, I don't know if it's the driver of the truck, a conductor, or just a hoodlum around there. I don't know the full story, but the picture, the video is what brings me to the question, are we at the point of the end of state terror? Let's watch the video. After that, we'll discuss this matter more, because I really like viewers to join me at this time through comments and questions. What do you know about this thing? What is your own thought about what has been going on? Can you share it with us? Because we really need to expand this discussion to the point that everybody will find meaning and understanding in what is going on. Because if you don't know what is going on, you might drown when the surge comes. But if you know what is going on, there's a chance that you could escape. So let's view the video and then we talk much later. Please let your comments start coming at this time, so that at the end of the video, we'll be able to have further discussions on what questions and comments that you have raised. As usual, jumped into the truck, which is what they do normally. As soon as you stop your vehicle, or they can stop your vehicle, they block it, they jump into it, they take it over, they lead you to the police station or the corner of a street where they extort money from you. And there are a number of people, Nigerians, have been killed in the process of this. They do this. If they know, see they have done things out of hand and they don't know how to answer it, they kill the persons and throw them away as a way to destroy evidence. Now today, that is maybe a bus conductor, a truck conductor, a truck driver, or a hoodlum in the location, probably quarreling with the policeman for entering their vehicle and stopping them. And he could carry out this brigandage. The first one happened in Lagos. This one is also happening in Lagos. Lagos is the epicenter of everything in Nigeria. It's called the Center of Excellence. That's where everything starts. That's where the SARS protest started, even though the killing that ignited it happened in Sapele, in Delta State, but the peaceful protest started in Lagos. And then this attack on policemen is starting out in Lagos. Is this the end of state terror? The terrorism of the state against the people, has it come to an end? Join us with your comments, join us with your questions, and anytime you see this video, we want you to do the same thing. Ask a question, comment, say what you feel, criticize even the presentation. Your criticisms, your comments, your likes and love will help us expand the course of this discussion further. Okay, so now, what is going on here? We are at the point where state terror is no longer what it used to be, frightening the people. Did the people listen to Labaja, who was worried that they will be kicked, killed, subsidized, and every sort of nonsense done on them, and they will do nothing? Are we at that point? Is that what is going on right now? Okay, now I have some thoughts that I have organized that I would like to share from this point going forward. And as we share that thought, please keep your own coming. We need your comments. It will help expand what it's doing. Like I mentioned before now, the Nigerian police and military derive more joy and excitement in the killing of hapless Nigerians and armed civilians. They are still doing that in Olo, in Imo State right now as we speak. They, in their mind, they say they are looking for IPOB. IPOB is not an armed organization like the bandits all over the north and other parts of Nigeria. IPOB has no arms. But the soldiers are going house to house looking for IPOB members and carrying them, and nobody knows where it's taking them. The ones they took from Obibo, up to now, nobody has heard from those people. Those they organized with Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State, to carry. Nobody has heard of those men and women. And stories are that those women, the women among them are being raped every day. And they are wearing one cloth on their body. They are dehumanized. And the other time, a lot of dead bodies were found on Kaduna Road with soldiers around them, and people were fearing, are these not those people collected from Obibo and wasted in that place? Because stories also came that those people collected from Obibo were seen in a place in Niger State. And that road between Kaduna and Abuja, Niger State is part of that road. Now, I don't have any concrete evidence of any of this, but this was used to be the position. And Labaja sang that Nigerians are 200 million mumu. Kick them, kill them, push them, pummel them, subsidy them, extort them, torture them. And they, instead of doing anything for themselves, they will raise their hands above their head and say, praise the Lord. Now, is there a chance that that day is gone? You know, following the SARS protest, Nigeria, the police said they have proscribed the SARS, which regularly terrorize citizens with the force of firearms. They say they are proscribing, but you know, haplessly or without unthinkingly, they also formed the SWAT team, Special Weapons and Arms Team, also what they call it, SWAT. Well, in other ways, they simply removed the name of the SARS because those people are still operating. People who wear dirty clothes and bad shoes, appearing like robbers, still appear on the road with firearms, like the SARS people of those days. So it seemed that what they merely did was to remove their name and give them another name to continue the nonsense they were doing. So what's really is going on? These incidents happening, the one week ago in Lagos, and now this particular one, we just shared a video. What is it telling us? Are we on that day when they say one day, every day is for the thief and one day is for the owner of the house? Are we on the day of the owner of the house? Are we now in the season of the owner of the house? There's no doubt that the Nigerian police force would feel embarrassed and might want to show force to reverse the trend. Yeah, that is the kind of thing they normally did. They will simply visit the place with force of arms and kill innocent people. They won't even go for the real culprit, those who did the things to them. They will just come to the area of incident. Maybe their point will be, oh, you saw them beat us, so we kill you. So they will come to those areas and kill people, do whatever they like with Nigerians. That has been the pattern. However, even though that may look reasonable course of action, you know, for ordinary people, I would, however, like to caution that Nigerians have been so abused and maltreated by the authority of governments that should serve them. That's the condition Nigerians are in right now. They have been abused, maltreated, and dehumanized by the authority of government that should serve them because they are carrying arms and the civilians are not carrying. Nigerians have their backs at the wall right now. They have their backs at the wall. Therefore, any reaction to the effect of using force to react to the trend of the end of state terror, terrorism from the arms of government and personnel of government, any use of arms to react to this, to respond to this, would only exacerbate an already charged atmosphere. If people in government don't know, they need to know that the atmosphere of this country right now is charged because people are no longer smiling. As George Floyd said before he died, he can't breathe. Nigerians cannot breathe anymore. So they need to be conscious of that. So either in the wake of the attack on the traffic policeman in Lagos or against the backdrop of wise judgment, the Lagos State Governor recently issued a public statement directing the Lagos State Transport Management Agency, LASTMA, officials to stop arresting traffic offenders and warn them to avoid forcing themselves into vehicles of people, but rather to use professional approach to bring offenders to book. I would recommend the same for the Nigeria police here, because the normal thing will be to feel they have done. If we don't do anything, they will keep shaming us. I tell you, the only way that you can get Nigerians off your back at this time is to let them be, because they can't breathe, which means they're already dead. So they are not afraid of dying in your hand anymore, because even when they used to be afraid and run, you still kill them. So can you imagine? I mean, I think what simply happened is that Nigerians are no longer afraid because they're already dead. Many years ago, I said that Nigerians are dead people who are afraid of being killed. You are dead and you're afraid of being killed. What the heck is that? So I think that time is gone. And this stand taken by the Lagos State Governor, I think that is a wise judgment. I will recommend it for the police. Many people say that knowing and ignoring is not fear. You know that these people have embarrassed you, but even if you ignore them, it doesn't mean you are afraid of the civilians. Yes, it doesn't mean you are afraid of them. It simply means you are using better judgment. The type of judgment the Lagos State government had recommended to his LASTMA officials, that is the Lagos State Transport Management Agency officials, who usually enforce traffic. He told them that they should stop catching vehicles, that their own is to direct traffic and clear traffic where there's a stock up. There's no mandate in their law for them to be arresting people. But LASTMA people, what do? They will even remove the signboard where they wrote one way. They will remove it and then hide in one corner. As soon as you drive into that road, maybe you are just a newcomer to Lagos, they will carry you 50,000. Plus, they will ruffle you throughout that day. They will destroy your business, disrupt your operations, and then they will bill you heavily for themselves. And sometimes they collect most of this money and put in their own pockets. So let me repeat for the Nigeria police. My people say knowing and ignoring is not fear. It is not because you are afraid. That's why you ignored the nonsense that maybe your child, your wife, or somebody around you did. No, it's not because you're afraid. It is good judgment. Here is my recommendation for the Nigeria police. Like I mentioned earlier, my recommendation is that Nigerians cannot breathe anymore from hardship they are currently facing as a result of bad governance in Nigeria. There's no rule of law in Nigeria. There's bad governance. These are created insecurity every space of the landscape of Nigeria, and nobody is breathing again. And they have no money and power to pay police to guide them. Even the police posted to divisions around does not respond to distress calls of people. So Nigerians can't breathe. It is best to let things be now and forever. Just let them be. That is the only way. Just police should let motor be. They are not even achieving anything in the way, there's nothing they are doing with motorists that bring revenue to government. There's nothing they are doing with motorists that help improve order. There's nothing they are doing that reduces accident. Everything they are doing is a chance for extortion, for their personal aggrandizement. So since they have no purpose, they are not helping Nigerians, they are not helping the government, they should let the citizens of Nigeria be. Just allow them to drive and go to where they want to go. If someone is involved in an accident, you help the much you can, take them to hospital, book them down. Go to a Nigeria police station today and ask for traffic records of some Nigerians who are known to be very reckless drivers. You will not see a single record because record is not what is important to them. But the police is supposed to be aggressively pursuing records of people's lives, what people do when they're on the road. Traffic records, that's what the police is supposed to build up. They are not building any of those. You go to any Nigerian police station and look for crime diary. You will never find any crime diary of something that somebody did 1 year ago. I challenge the Nigerian police to pull up any such thing. You will never see it. Because if those things are there, how is it that criminals, drug addicts, ex-convicts, fundamentalists are surfacing as ministers in Nigeria, surfacing as governors everywhere in Nigeria? How can that happen? How can people who have been indicted for stealing government funds surface to become ministers the next day, become president in Nigeria? Those who stole when they were, the first time money was missing in the NNPC in Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari was the Minister of Petroleum. $2.8 billion. That's what got missing. In those days, many years back, you remember the Vera and Dorai food episode? NTA reporters, two sisters who NTA reporters, and because they reported this thing, they were sacked by NTA. Then they went to court. They won. NTA was made to pay the huge compensations. Buhari was the Minister of Petroleum that time. That same Buhari came back and became president on the position of integrity. That means there's no record. Does it mean the police didn't investigate that matter? And if they didn't, why not? So leave Nigerian motorists alone. Allow them to drive and go to where they are going. Remove the checkpoints you put there. Those are not serving Nigerians. They are not bringing any revenue to the country. They are not helping Nigerians in any way. Remove those checkpoints. And if you want to keep helping crime control in Nigeria, patrol. Police will be in a checkpoint and half a kilometer from where they are, people will be robbed for hours and they cannot even come and rescue them. So what is the purpose of those checkpoints? The same with military. So for me, remove all this nonsense military and police checkpoints from our road. Allow motorists to be. Nigerians can no longer breathe. We need to know this. They're already dead. I can envision from these two incidents in Lagos, I can extend it to mean that before long, we will have this all over Nigeria. If you touch a Nigerian while driving on his vehicle, he either tries to kill you with it or stop and shoot you or use dagger on you while you are trying to extort money from him. So the police should simply, quietly, without news, they shouldn't make it public. They should just issue it as a simple directive and tell policemen to get away from the road. Nigeria police, mobile, ordinary, they follow touts and stand on the road, they flag someone down, and then as soon as touts overrun the person's vehicle, they hide, they go away. They have done that to me many times. And I just laughed. I just laughed. I told those touts, well, you did not stop me. If you insist on holding this vehicle, you will become an armed robber. And of course, I will show them who I am and they will run. Now, the point here is how many Nigerians will show those touts something that will make those touts to leave you? Very few. So these touts, with the connivance of police on checkpoints, touts overtake Nigerians. So remove these checkpoints from the road quietly. Don't even announce it. Just issue it as a directive to your personnel. All Nigeria police, please leave motorists alone. And maybe you can do it in a style. I'll still allow your men to be on the checkpoint, you know, for over a period of time, so that it will look as if you were not bamboozled by those incidents to do it. And then quietly, they will say, though they're on the checkpoint, but they don't touch motorists. And then why are you even stopping a vehicle that is driving? Did they give you the number of that vehicle as a stolen vehicle? You don't even have a record of stolen vehicles in Nigeria, even though these are announced and shared every time. You don't have the record. Now, even if you have the record, a wise policeman who wants to stop a stolen vehicle, the man who stole the vehicle and is driving it on the road, you don't think he's armed? Are you not supposed to face why the vehicle is coming from afar? You look at the numbers you have. If it is the same as that one, you now prepare yourself. But what do our policemen do at checkpoint? Because their minds are limited to what they will extort, they use their body to stop vehicles. I think from what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing this from the two incidents that took place in Lagos. I'm not seeing it because I know anything else, but I'm just reading. I'm an analyst of both security and safety issues. I'm just analyzing from the two incidents that happened in Lagos that policemen who bring their body on the road to stop vehicles, road safety people who bring their body on the road to stop vehicles. And this road safety own is the one I don't even understand. You know, they are neither here nor there. Nobody knows what they are doing. They are of no use. They should sit down and issue licenses if they are the one, or you leave it to motor licensing authorities. People go there and get their licenses, get tested and get their licenses. This duplication of nonsense and putting all of them on the road and extorting Nigerians, it needs to stop. And I'm only calling for it to stop because of what I'm seeing. You know, so quietly, all the organizations, the ones that control, what is it? There's this one that has a zebra crossing on their vehicle. Is it a VIOs, road safety, police, army, navy, air force, civil defense? You people need to get out of the road. The vehicles that Nigerians are driving on the road, the vehicles themselves are not criminals. And criminals, when they are driving on the road, they even prepare. As soon as you touch them, they give you bribe. Okay, that means if you stay on the road, you are merely looking for bribe. There are nothing else that you are looking for. So of what use is that to Nigeria in revenue collection? Of what use is that to Nigeria in controlling crime? Of what use is that to the Nigerians except suffering them? These things have to stop, because if they don't, from what I'm seeing, we are going to have many more serious challenges than the ones we saw in Lagos. Remember, once something starts happening in the south, our northern brothers will copy it and they will worsen it. Kidnapping started in Niger Delta, Lagos, Ibadan, Aba, and then when the northerners took it, our people will kidnap one person. Northerners will kidnap 400, 300 at the same time. So that by the time they take over, telling the police that it's okay, your nonsense is over, don't try with us again, it's not going to be as simple as the one you are seeing in Lagos. And these are all by deduction. And I'm only issuing this as, you know, as an informed, deductive reasoning, a warning that I'm bringing from my wealth of experience and training, which I'm trying to give for free for everyone. So, Nigeria Police, I advise that you quietly issue an instruction telling your men, first 6 months, you'll be on the highway, but you stop. Don't talk to anybody. Don't even talk to. Highest you can wave, but don't talk to anybody. And then next 3 months, just only come out for a brief period, patrol within your division, the length and breadth of your division, and that will patrol it and go back and sit down. Because no crime is being controlled by these people. Criminals do what they like, just close by these police checkpoints and military checkpoints and still get away with it. So what's the point? You are only there to extort Nigerians. Nigerians are now, I don't think they are ready for that anymore, if we take those two incidents in Lagos. So quietly tell them to, you know, withdraw. And after that, try to give them fuel. The new Inspector General of Police say he will provide logistics for police to do patrols. That is, if he can do that, that is the right way. And as you're patrolling, leave vehicles and let them keep going. Unless the person is committing a crime in your presence. I studied police duties myself. You go to people, if you see them committing a crime, somebody is going on his own on the road, you flag him down, you start stressing him up, And before long, he could have a 10-count charge on him just because he stopped. Nigerians can't breathe again. Dead people don't fear death. Nigerians Nigerians who are all dead people are used to fear being killed. I don't think anymore. So get your personnel to disease from extortion of motorists. This is what will help. The hapless Nigerians that have been exploited all of these years are now like ready incendiaries and a keg of gunpowder sleeping in the same room. So I want you to imagine something ready to burn and then a keg of gunpowder, charged one, sitting in the same place in one room. And the temperature of that room, you increase it. By the time you stop a Nigerian on the highway, you have just increased the temperature in the room where the gunpowder and the incendiaries are sitting together, resting. What do you think will happen? Boom, it will start burning. That is what I fear. And this is deductive reasoning. I have no hand in it. I'm a highly civilized person. I love life. And I'm warning this because I love life, because I like everyone to live, policemen and all. Because I have a lot of people who are policemen in my house. They joined the force because they wanted to serve, because they wanted to give. As they went there, they met nonsense. Some of them resigned in time, some retired early. Some finished their tenure of 35 years and retired. So we have a lot of them. They are all here with me. And I love even the service that is provided by police. And I have met great policemen and work with them who serve the people. Police is a service. I think the Nigerian police force, the force should be removed. And it needs to be called the Nigerian Police Service. And then community policing established, state policing established, without any control from federal police. You get the point. So, and let's say a community policeman who is related to me from my village, right there in my house, and I'm driving into my compound, he says I won't drive. I will just wink, and my boys, the village boys that I feed anytime I come back, will come and carry him and use him for pepper soup. I mean, these are likely problems that our police play into. So Nigerians are like a keg of gunpowder and some incendiaries packed in one room. Stop trying to charge the atmosphere by stopping them. Remove your military checkpoint. They are not providing any security. Okay, the north where all the nonsense is happening. I travel through the north all the time. Except for Kaduna Abuja Road, I scarcely meet military checkpoints through the north. And these are places where they are carrying people every day. But then go to the east. There's one road between OP Junction in the Soka area to Enugu. It's a 30-minute drive, very nice road. There's 3 powerful military embankments. This one have passed checkpoint. That's why I'm calling it embankment. They built with huge sandbags and houses and cars blocking the road. Then police had up to 4 different checkpoints. Road safety is also on that same road. Extorting, and that's what all of them are doing. Remove these things from Nigerian road. And since they are there, they have not stopped anything from happening. They never stopped the Fulani from destroying villages in Enugu and Ebonyi. And they are in all those states. They didn't stop them from breaking everywhere in Imo State, killing people in Anambra. The police, the army didn't stop any of this criminality. So what is it then that you are doing except terrorizing Nigerians? That has to stop. Personally, I think we have come to the end of state terror. I don't think you are terrorizing the people anymore. They do not feel terrorized again. And the reason is that they're already dead. And dead people do not fear to be killed. So when we come to this point, you will lose in the game. Everything that has a beginning has an end. It seems that gone are now the days when state terror reigns supreme. It seems citizens' terror had just begun. I was reading about the French Revolution the other day, and it got me worried. Nigeria's situation is charging up to breaking point when the people would damn the guns pointed at them that has been used to terrorize them all these years, and they will come for the people in authority, just like the French people came for the king and the bourgeois and all those people who terrorized them. And these people, they don't pay any tax. Okay, like your state assembly, national and state assembly members, your ministers, your presidency members, your president, your governors, all the money they are carrying away from Nigeria, what tax are they paying on it? But every day, revenue people on the road pursuing poor people with their poverty. You see that they can't even maintain the vehicle. You block them until you extort money from them, they can't pass. So it is the same situation in France in 1779, I believe, or about 1770 something. That's about, it started at 1779 and ended about 1780 something. Now, it continued that way until the people say, no more. The nonsense is now over. You can't do this again. If you do it, and as soon as the people, the bourgeois and the ruling class and the king's people will not stop their nonsense, the people came after them. So after reading that document on the French Revolution, it got me more worried. And I plead with Nigerian authorities to know that a stitch in time will save 9 other stitches that may never hold. I bring you all of this just because I'm interested in peace and tranquility and orderly development in this country. The Nigerian armed forces, police, and all the other paramilitary carrying guns, harassing the innocent people of Nigeria, are not contributing anything to the economy, to the security, to the development of this country. They are a set of slaves used by those in power. Because they abandon with guns, they turn to armed robbers. And this is not right, because it is the taxpayers' money you are using. It is the natural resources of these people that are removed from their homes. That's like in Rivers State and Delta State, Ebonyi State, Abia State, Bayelsa State, all those states, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, as you flare gas and destroy their environment, destroy their waters, remove fish from it, they have nowhere else to go. And then you still come to them and they extort them after they have surrendered everything to you. This is not fair now. This is not fair. So it seems we have come to the end of state terror. If you have ear, you listen. If you don't, this is the one that I have to say. And I say this because I feel. I say this because I wish the best for this country. I say this because I'm looking forward to a country for my children where they can call their own, because things are going well in it. Thank you for coming with us today. If you should find this video after now on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, I invite you to view it, share it with your friends, leave a comment on it. I follow up on all our channels. So if you make a comment there, I'm bound to find it. And if your comment is a question, I'll find a way to respond, either personally or with a program. Help us to expand this. The intention is to make things work for this country, for all of us. Thank you, and do have a pleasant day. And if you have time, please stay with us, because we will keep bringing you programs with 10 to 20 minutes apart until 9 p.m. today. By 9, from 8 p.m., we will either show you a movie or play music. So you stay tuned. We will be with you again in a few minutes' time. Thank you for joining, but please don't forget to leave a comment, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. And if you're on our YouTube channel, we invite you to subscribe. And if you come to our Facebook page, all of them, YouTube channel, Facebook page, name the African Town Hall. We want you to follow the African Town Hall and to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And remember, in the YouTube, hit the notification bell so that you will receive notice of each time we go live or when we upload a new video of this one or other types. On the African Town Hall Online Television, we also give personal development training for the rising generations of Africa. So join us at Project 30 Before 30 international programs that will come on in this stream. Thank you, and do have a great time.